Welcome. Welcome from our beautiful Temple of Avalon here in Glastonbury, where Marion and I have been changing the altar to bring you the winter solstice blessing for the Crone Goddess Conference as Lady of the Other World, her dreaming portal of the deep winter, the starry realm of the soul song of the celestial inspiration is here.
It is Yuletide blessings to all of you, and it is really this beautiful place where there is this portal from the dark, from the real dark, into the midwinter. So we're actually really in the center, in the middle of the realm of the crone, and in this time here we more see her like the Kaliak, the ancient one, the bone woman, the stone woman, who is coming. And actually it is also a time of rest, of stillness, of dreaming.
And at the moment Avalon is covered in a thick blanket of frost, not snow, it's frost here in particular. So really the stars are sparking on the earth, on the bare branches of the trees, on the stalks of the reeds and the grasses. Very much the breath of the Kaliach is here, who tells us all to freeze or to stop, to slow down, to be in the not being mode for a change.
Yes.
Which is one of her blessings, really.
Because we have been very busy. We have been busy getting all the presenters set up really for the conference, inviting them, asking them for information, getting the website ready. Just a lot of starting, a lot of beginning of creation. And actually for us as well now, it's just take a breath and just pause a little bit, and just pause for a minute and just let yourself come into that time of dreaming and not doing, as you say, just the stillness. It is the beauty of just being.
And for me, the season of the Crone Goddess within our yearly cycle really is from about just before Soetens to just before Imbolc. So like Marion said, we're in the mid portal point of that time of her season, and it is the emptiness, the spaciousness that she brings. This really ancient form of the Crone Goddess, like the Kaliach. She's not a doing mode personality, not a doing mode goddess. She's a creatrix goddess, but it comes from this very spaciousness of stillness, of beingness. And I think that's really the blessing we would like to receive ourselves. And then to find in this dreaming time, what always works for me, working particularly with Rhiannon and her 3 birds, that you have this opportunity to really journey into what you choose to carry forward as the seeds of light from that midwinter time through into Imbolc, when the next shift really happens.
Yes, because it is the return of the light at winter solstice, but it is still a time where actually the sun is standing still for 3 days, and it is actually a time not yet of quickening. It is a time of this planting of the seeds, of the dreaming in, of the vision, and to really let yourself be guided to that light. And I was thinking while you were talking about the birds of Rhiannon, that this is also the time here in Avalon that we have the starlings.
Oh yes.
Who are the rainbow warriors. They are actually the iridescent birds, and they come and they settle on the land, and it's always so beautiful when it's cold and frosty and sunny, and you have those birds. It is just magic. It is part of the magic of Avalon.
Absolutely, the murmuration is an amazing presence. And for me, we are working as ceremonialist of the Crone Goddess Conference as Lady of the Other World. We are working with birds as well. So it's a very magical time to listen to the birds and to remember to feed the birds. Winter solstice is also the time of gifting, the time of generosity, because the crone, the energy of the crone as Lady of the Other World is one of great generosity. She may be a challenger, and she certainly can give us fierce love, and she is about sort of as no nonsense as it gets, but she's also the bringer of the greatest gifts, the soul gifts, the giver of gifts. And so this, of course, we celebrate in all our gift giving, which can be a little bit manic at this Yuletime time. And in the crisis that many of us are experiencing, economic crisis, it is, let's be with the real gifting of our treasures, and our generosity is one of our treasures. And no matter what your circumstances, you can always choose to be generous. And for me, this is one of the great gifts of the crone.
Yes.
And so towards her birds and the other beings of the earth, be generous, feed the birds, feed her birds,
yes.
feed her wild creatures at this time.
Yeah, and also another gift that she gives and keeps on giving is wisdom. And this is something that we're going to work with a lot as well next year in the conference. So it is also the sharing of wisdom, the sharing of stories, the sharing of memories, and the gifting is also just to be kind, and to be kind to anybody you meet in this time.
Absolutely. We don't know what people's journeys or stories or life circumstances are like, and we can all be grumpy or bad-tempered at times.
Tired.
Yeah, tired, fed up. But so, really, kindness, generosity and kindness. Let's be her gifts, her blessing for each other at this time of the winter solstice.
Yeah, winter solstice blessing. Happy Yuletides.